My background in Shawnee is we've had a home here for 36 years. We moved here from Illinois, where I was working for Kellogg's, and our children went to school here, graduated, both of them from high school here, my two daughters, and it's our home. We live here, we love it, our church is here, our community is here, and all of our friends are here, and we love Shawnee. Well, first of all, it's a huge honor. I've never been involved in politics. And I decided some people talked me into running for mayor. And I was not going to do it. My dad was in hospice. My mother's 88, and I felt like after having just retired, I needed to take care of them. And my dad got rumor that someone had asked me to run for mayor. And he said, "Son, come over here and see me." So I went over and sat down with my dad, and he said, "Sit down over here." And I sat down on the sofa. He said, "No, over here." And he had a walker that had a seat on it. And he said, "Don't you use me as an excuse for not running for mayor." Said, "I'm going to die in 2 or 3 months." But said, "If you think you can make Shawnee a better place, then you need to do it." And I made that decision at that time to run for mayor, and I've only been in office a short time now, but it is exciting, and I'm loving every minute of it, working with great people. But I had no idea the quality of people that we have working here in Shawnee. And I've always said you can hire employees to do work with their hands. But I will tell you, there are tons of people here in the city government that have their heart in it. And when you have someone's heart in their hands, tremendous things happen. And this city has some unbelievable, great people, and it is a wonderful opportunity for people to move here and realize that we want to grow Shawnee, we want our tax revenue to grow, and we want to make it a great place for all people that live here. How do you get people to stop and think before they go to Oklahoma City and spend the dollars and eat at a restaurant or buy clothes up there? Well, I can tell you that if I had my way, and I don't think I can get the Oklahoma Department of Transportation to go along with this, but out on Interstate 40, I would love to have a reader, and anybody that reads the Shawnee tag, it has a Shawnee tag, when they cross that, the speed bump comes up in front of them and says, "Stop, turn around, and go back." Because our entire city income is from sales tax revenue. And when you spend dollars in Oklahoma City, you are supporting Oklahoma City and taking it away from Shawnee. The responsibility as the mayor, I think, is to listen to the people. And I believe that with all my heart. One of the phrases that I've used to people is, "Do not steal from me as mayor. If you have an idea and you do not tell it to me, or you have a question about something that is going on in our city and you don't bring it to discuss with me or one of our commissioners, then you're stealing from the city of Shawnee." And every day I hear things, and then many times they are not correct, but I listen to them, and then when I get the truth, I respond back. And the key is not only listening to the people, but by making them feel important by getting back to them. And that's what we need to do. And then they become part of the community and thinking, you know, these people we elected down here are pulling for us. And we do have 30,000 bosses in our city because that's our population. I could tell you some instances where a water hole was in somebody's lawn where we had repaired a water line, and it had been there 5 weeks, and they called me and said, "Mr. Mayor, could you check on this?" I immediately sent an email to our city manager, and Within 15 minutes, our city manager had our director of the water sources here call that customer and say, you know what, thank you for calling us. We had forgotten that. And went out there, and then by the next day, I heard from that citizen saying, Mr. Mayor, what a wonderful thing is to know that people are listening to us and responding. There's so many dreams I have for Shawnee. I would love to see our police station move downtown in one of those old buildings and get the sheriff's office in that same building, get the district attorney's drug force in that same building, get the tribe's police force in that same building. And then while they had separate areas in that building, when there was a major project that needed to be attacked or confronted, they could unite and go and get it resolved. But there again, that would be developing downtown. We have a downtown area that needs tremendous focus. And I was told when I came here, well, people can't buy these old buildings because they have to put a sprinkler system in it. Well, as I did my research, I found out that a sprinkler system costs approximately $1.50 a square foot. You can buy some of these wonderful classy buildings downtown Shawnee that have have sewer and water and have free parking, and for $50, $60 a square foot. Then you can spend $1.50 for the sprinkler system, and then spend your renovation, and you have a wonderful facility that could be utilized, and you're less than $100 a square foot. And we are now working with OU's graduate program, and they are over here doing studies and taking pictures, and we think it would just be great to put businesses maybe on the bottom floor and then have apartments on the top 2 floors of some of these buildings, and they're great values. To me, that's what we need to do in downtown Shawnee, and I would love to not be able to build any street or anything without a bike path on it. And hopefully we can get there. And some cities are addressing that a challenge before they award any contracts to say how much more will it cost us to widen it enough for a bike path. Everybody's wanting to live more healthy. There are grants that are available now for healthy living. We are spending a major amount of money on the track around our airport, which is a little over 3 miles. Going to widen it to 10 feet. It's a great thing, and bikes can ride on it, but people can jog on it. And it's used heavily now, but it'll really be used a lot more when it's fixed up properly. But we need a lot of those throughout the city in some way, some manner, so that people can ride or jog and be safe. And that to me is some of the goals that I would love to see for Shawnee. You know, I might say in closing, we have some challenges in our city just like any other city. But I do believe the people of Shawnee want what is best for it. And it is our responsibility as the mayor and the commission to help get all of them together so that we do get a lot of things accomplished. And a statement that I always use is, how do we make Shawnee a better place for all? And that's what we need to do. Make Shawnee a better place for all.